do it.
Today we take a deep dive inside the mind of Grief's most notorious lag switcher and attempt to understand how, for a person with no existing footage of them ever losing a game, kinda got a lot of losses in that loss column. We're gonna take a look at some of those losses to find out why they're harder to find than Bigfoot or DLN's version of Top Griefs. Our first repressed memory of one Mr. Undead Warrior is a player by the name of Flexecution, whom Undead had such disdain for that he actually named one of his booster accounts after him, Gaycution. Now that level of creativity tells me this is a complex mind we're dealing with. We're gonna be peeling back more layers than the Prometheus tree. Flex takes care of Eden with one knife, 2 bullets, and 3 dips of balls in his face. Somehow Luke manages to fail at the only purpose he has in this game and possibly in life. It's literally the only thing he does in all the games I watched. He's like the Grief equivalent of a special teams punter. There's only one thing he can do, but damn it if he ain't the best. Ned and Flex double team half a man when only a fraction would solve the equation, and you don't need Steiner math to know he's got no chance.
Give me a fucking mic!
He's trying to knife zombies on round 10. Special teams or special needs? Flex sprays down Undead Warrior twice, gave him more holes than a conjoined twin's vagina. Eden Ghost must truly be Spectral, because the entire team is beside him and still let one zombie put him down.
Fire sale!
Flex sprays this apparition down with holy water, an exorcism in Alcatraz. Continuing his Ghostbusters tryout, this time he puts meat in his hand like his Friday night dates. Aless with a bit of taunting, and then speedruns her Agami Karma. Good to get a head start on it. Why wait for your next life, right? Back at it, Flex watches as Undead Warrior catches the meat from a random. Just some guy handing out meat and he's like, yeah, I'll have some. That's how COVID started. This is the Wuhan Warrior, I guess. Flex gets this one started with the round 6-2 zombie. How the hell is this guy a warrior? He's as battle ready as the island of Zanzibar and a worse warrior than Klay Thompson. Undead and Flex share a wholesome moment together reading. The guy at Treyarch that wrote that sign should get an Emmy. Do you realize how many people have read his work over the years? After the family read-along, Flex immediately jumps into the death barrier and kills himself. Was he pulling an Alan Wake on us reading that sign? Undead gets the wildest one zombie of his life. Let me catch my breath. Fire Luke dies from his own leg. This is like jerk-off material. Undead was probably looking to see if he butt-dialed his leg switch. Look, the guy can't grief for shit. Hell of a Matrix cosplayer, though. Yeah, real stealthy. And this guy apparently has 6,000 wins. Did Treyarch set the skill-based matchmaking dial to scrub or something? Flex looks to bring this one to a close as he puts a game-winning two-piece on Undead Warrior and Fire Luke. With the game looking to be over, Undead flips the switch like the fucking Green Mile. I mean, he is used to wearing a sponge from all the spraying he does, so it makes sense. Our next challenger is Anime Pello 69. The amount of cum stains, I don't even want to think about it. So Hentai Pello opens things up with a one zombie on fire Luke. Sassy Licious follows it up with another one zombie on Luke. Now Archimix is one zombied. Undead Warrior thought he assembled the Avengers and got the Zack Snyder Justice League instead. Archimix is getting brutalized. Man, Archimix sounds like an off-brand cat food. Shit, Meow Mix is getting dumped on like a litter box right now. With his entire team down, Undead Warrior is forced to test out if his legs work. He tore his ACL, give him a break, you'd be in the corner all game too. Crisis averted as Undead Warrior gets the revive and does a bit of rehab. A foot race begins as Fire Luke attempts to earn his salary. His Mustang and salary? Punter Luke goes wide right, even doinked it off the zombie. Hentai Pello looks to wrap this one up. Only one person remains. Undead Warrior is last alive and somehow chokes at buying a perk. At least when Scrub Hunter did it, the game wasn't on the line. Here we go again. This shit is choppier than Blighttown. I bet Undead Warrior has Alexa turn on his lights because if he flipped the switch himself, he'd have a nervous breakdown when all these memories come flooding back.
We're not done yet.
PFL tries his luck against the Nintendo Switch. What's incredible about this game is Undead resorts to lag switching into a round restart 3 different times. He has to be the first person in history to earn 3 losses from a single game. He's efficiently bad. Let's see what the Hulkster and Mega Powers can do, brother. Shit just started and Trail Mix is already down. That's nuts! Dean borrows a move from Sketty and steals the max ammo right in front of Aless. Undead runs directly into the zombies. Maybe he's in retrograde, I don't know. Dean locks down the Wuhan Warrior and treats him like a small business. Eden choke, can't handle the zombies. Worse yet, Undead Warrior fails at a stationary revive. Yep, he just can't handle the loss. He's a bigger sore loser than Hitler. Undead Warrior teams up with the Modder to feel truly invincible. Unfortunately, the Modder turns off his God mode without him realizing it. If you get one zombied on round 5 by Sniper Shock, start packing your bags. Rhino's flight to China won't be so lonely. Adding insult to injury, Don't Grief Me sits on his head. Undead Warrior gets unintentionally griefed by a random. Wow, he's like a Make-A-Wish kid that got better. Warrior and Agontis tag team this poor unsuspecting fool. It's a good thing Agontis never played farm. Imagine his big rectangle ass blocking the door. Nobody's ever getting through. Tricky Shock strikes again. Undead gets a second grief. Oh, not of the video, I mean of all time. This guy makes Boss Frank look competent. The fuck is this? Are you serious? This fucking guy just died to an in-game ad. Leave it to the Undead Warrior to usher in our dystopian future. This man has brought us not only COVID, but unskippable in-game advertisements. Pure evil. He has unlimited ammo and still can't kill the zombie. Unable to get his revenge on Sniper Shock because he's throwing enough EMPs to make Prodigy die of spontaneous orgasmic combustion. Griefer turns on invisibility and sets off a cascade of comedic error. This should be in the Smithsonian. We need to build a Grief Hall of Fame purely so this clip can be submitted. Undead learns the ineffectiveness of double tap on round 41. Who knew? And what brings us to a most fitting end, Undead Warrior takes his final down by being punched in the dick by a crawler. And it gets even worse. He has unlimited Mustang and Sally ammo, and they still won't pick him up. Ugh. Karma just blasted a raunchy cum shot all over his face. Is it safe to say stuff like that these days? I don't know anymore. Do you realize how many times the Bible had to be revised? Even the goddamn Word of God had to be edited. So what chance do I have? When you lag switch so much that you accumulate 3 losses in the same fucking game, further rehabilitation may be necessary. Ugh.